Hola, I'm back, and I got another story time, Yeah, girl, I'm back with another story time, right? So, as you can see by the title, this story time is about how I had 10 roommates, 10 of them. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10. Yeah. So let's get into it. Oh, and I'm also gonna be doing my makeup. You know, I'm gonna blow some down with y'all for me. And do my makeup. I'm not going nowhere. I'm just doing my makeup. Oh, I got my hair done. Girl, cause I've been walking around looking like who did it and why? And why did you do it? And why? What happened? So I'm also going to be putting these little accessories up in there, of course. So, you know. But yes, my makeup, hair accessories, story time. Boom.
He in the hood all day, that's how he move. Yeah, 5% 𝚬𝚎𝚎 in his cup to keep his cool. He don't trust these.
Hey, I'm back. Okay, so I'm gonna just do like a simple eyeshadow, maybe some little foundation, but that's it. But the story time though, I had 3 roommates. I was looking at it last night because I was going through my Snapchat because I'm like, what do I want to talk about? Like, what do I want to, you feel me? Like, it's a lot of things that I could talk about, but what do I want to like talk about right now in this moment? And I was just thinking about like how grateful I am to be in the space that I am in. And cause boy, let me tell you, 10 roommates. I live with myself now, but we gonna get into that, right? So I have my laptop over here because you know I got my little notes, handy dandy notes, because I be forgetting when I be doing story times, especially when I be multitasking. So I moved out of my mom's crib in the fall of 2018. So I had to be like 20, probably 20. Probably 19 going on 20 type thing, like, or 19, 20. Something like that. Something around there. And I, of course, like everybody else, they just be like wanting to get out of their house and wanting to have peace of their own. Cause that's when I like really started smoking weed. And then I was like, well, I really gotta go outside to smoke. Like, is that what we're doing? So I was looking into, so I was, you know, going through colleges and stuff because I had already graduated from Miami-Dade. So I knew I had to like go somewhere else to, you know, finish up. I was thinking FSU. Then I was like, oh, I'll be in Tallahassee all the way by myself. At 20, you don't want to be by yourself. Like, I just don't think that that's the age that somebody should be moving on and getting an apartment and just starting adulthood. That's not an adult, so sorry. But you live and you learn. So I was going through tours. I was gonna go to I went to tours to Florida Memorial. Nobody talks about Flomo like that. Nobody talks about Flomo. They was tripping. Could not. So I went to a tour of FIU. That's my alma mater. And I like the vibes. The vibes was vibing. The campus, beautiful. The campus is beautiful. But the dorms, And I also have some videos and some pictures for y'all because, you know, who doesn't like a good receipt? So I was not about to stay in the dorms. Nope. So they had a deal going on for this apartment that was literally across the street from the campus, and it's only for people who are in school. So it's a dorm type of situation, but it's a little bit bigger than a dorm. So I had my own little, you know, setup. I had like I had a bed. I had I had a bed. I had a desk. I had like a, what's it called? In like a dresser. So I had a TV. I put my TV up there. Like, it was real cute. Like, I had it very aesthetic. Like, I had my little tapestry. A bitch love a tapestry. My sister talk about something. So you don't think you too old for a tapestry? Girl. No, I don't. I don't. I actually don't. So I had a tapestry. Put everything up. The first month that I was there, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to class, smoking my weed, you know, drinking my Smirnoff and fucking vodka. Like, boy, I tell you no lie. That's crazy. Svetna, Bacardi. Oh, yeah. Niggas got down. I don't know which one I should use. I like my primer bright so that it can, you know, accentuate when I do the, yeah. I don't know, I love this palette. So I think I'm gonna use this palette, yes. So boom, I'm moving into the crib like, I wanna say the fall, okay, yeah, the fall of 2018. It was cool the first month, but as time progressed, I'm noticing things about my roommate. Well, first of all, when I moved in, my mom, she got like a little tour. She was just like, oh, this is what you paid $1,000 for? Yes, rent was a band. I miss it. Rent was definitely a band. And everybody had their own little area. We shared the kitchen, we shared the common area, but we all had our own rooms, our own space, our own bathrooms. So yes, a band. Off rip, what I noticed about these hoes, right? I know when you first moving in, it's a little hectic, you know. So the first day, yeah, they closing shit was literally everywhere. And I was just like, you know, we just moving in. Okay, that's fine. We, like, everybody just moving in, but then like weeks went by and bitches' clothes still not up. Like, bitches leaving guts around the common area, which is the living room and the kitchen. Like, why am I picking up guts? So me and like, okay, so I noticed it was the other two roommates. I was on the other side of the common area, and then I was on another side with another person. So me and the other person that was on my side, we noticed, we were just like, so they not finna get these guts up? Girl, why was we on the same timing? Because y'all not finna get these guts up? Why is y'all sitting here like, no, we not doing that. So we had a group chat. So we texted the group chat. She was just like, hey. So I was just like, hey, so like Sundays can be our cleanup days. You know, you gotta do that. Like, you can't just be like, you bitches is dirty, like off rip. Like, you gotta, you know, you definitely, so I went in there with it, like, knowing that, listen, obviously we're 4 different people from 4 different backgrounds. We gonna have to get along some type of way because obviously we're all different. Them two over there on that side, they knew each other from their hometown and they came to Miami to go to school. That's the thing. A lot of people, they come to Miami, feel me, have a good time, do all whatever they want to do. I'm from Miami, babes. Like, please. So we set some boundaries. Like, yeah, we gonna clean up like every Sunday. At first they wasn't doing it. Then I mentioned it again. Like, hey, so there's literally guts all over the, like, these hoes, they will literally smoke before they go to practice. Cheerleaders. Check them cheerleaders, bro. I'm telling you. Them hoes be the ones. I'm telling you, boy. But Morphe, I fuck with Morphe. So I just be kind of picking out tools and then going from there. Yeah. But back to the story. So guts everywhere. I'm still on guts everywhere. please get your tobacco up. Pick it up, please. So, they didn't do it at first. They was not sticking to suits, but like as a couple weeks passed, it got a little better. It got just a little bit better, so it was fine. I'm gonna post some pictures. For y'all. So yeah, it was cool. So me and the other roommate, we started getting a little bit closer because we had agreed upon the other bitches being dirty, and we didn't really want to, a lot of things happen with these bitches. Like one of them, she was like, I was going through my Snapchat and it was like around Halloween time, and they came home and it was like, so if you put if you put cocaine inside of a bong and you smoke it, is it crack? When I seen that post about you now knowing a lot of people that do coke and cocaine and shit, boy, I'm telling you, I didn't know it was so prominent. I didn't know it was like this. So I'm like already like turned off because at that time I wasn't doing hard drugs. I was a major stoner, major pothead. I'm not like that no more. I microdose everything that I take. So I'm talking about like 5 blunts a day. Like that's how we come in, 5 blunts at least, at the very least. You feel me? So I was doing that, and I just noticed that they was doing too many hard drugs. It was a lot. Like that's a lot. You talking about crack? That's kind of a lot. You feel me? That's crazy. To this day, it was all the way in 2018. We in 2025. That shit's crazy. It's still crazy, very, very much so. So, boom. So I started getting close with the girl that was on the other side because I had already said like, all right, I'm not, and she was cool. Like she was cool until she wasn't. So we had signed up for, we would like go eat, we would smoke together, you know what I'm saying? Like come home together, basically smoke together. And this was in a span of like the first 2 months that we were living there. And basically things got a little weird. Now I can't remember exactly what happened. It's so crazy. I have videos on my Snapchat of me fighting this girl, and I don't have it anymore. Like she had like this, yeah, it was a bad situation for old girl. But it turned weird when I feel like she was always like saying little slick shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was noticing like the interactions becoming, I don't remember vaguely like what specifically, but the interactions got weird. She was littler, so like they be having like a little mouth on them, and then on top of that adding a Caribbean flair to it. Yeah, that took the cake. So she would say certain things, and I remember us having a banter on like text message when this situation happened, and then I vaguely remember me telling this girl, okay, I'll see you at home. Like we live together, so however you feel, you could tell me in person. So I finished class. My school was right across the street. I finished class and I go home and I see her. I was just like, so did you want to talk? So I sit down. She automatically just like starts getting very raw. She was just like, so what was that you had said? Oh, okay. Y'all know from previous stories, like you gotta really, and then especially, that's the thing though, especially when I know, like I know my own strength, you feel me? So I'm not just gonna go out here and just do any and everything to any and everybody because I would, sometimes I should, but I don't be out here doing that. It wasn't worth it to me. I thought, you know what, looking back on it, I felt like it was very small, and I still think that it's very small. But it was just something that it was just like, okay, I'm 19, 20. I'm just on my own now. And that's just something that I had to deal with. So, let me tell you how she been through hell. Fenty, please. So, we started bantering, arguing, and basically we fought. I literally remember her being like this short to me. Like, I was doing Lil Mama in. It's so crazy. So we finally stopped. The two dirty bitches on the other side, they came. They're just like, what's going on? Like, they noticed that the house, well, the common area, trash, because their room was already trash. So they noticed, I need some more of that. They noticed that, you know, it just looked different in the crib. They were just like, what's going on? And yeah, we was talking about it. It got irate again. I was sitting down in the common area like I was the first time, sitting down because, for obvious reasons. Yes, I was sitting down. So she comes and she hits me again. So I'm doing her crazy. I'm doing her dirty from a chair. So they break it up. They're just like, bro, that's crazy. You were like beating on top of her head. She attacked me. What do you mean? She physically attacked me. She launched over here to attack me. And they was just stuck on the fact that, oh, she's smaller than you. That's the thing though, like this whole baddie situation, and I'm noticing, I'm hearing that a lot lately. That's a lot of people's narrative. They think that because like people are small, that they can't, you feel me? Let me tell you how them be the motherfuckers that has so much mouth. I'm talking about mouth as a fucking 10-foot elephant. What Red said? A fucking 10-foot elephant. Them hoes be selling out. And it's crazy. The last fight that I had, like a couple years ago, it was with a person that was smaller than me. But they be selling out. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I feel like I had like fights with two small people. Like the other ones, they were like at least my height. But it was just two, like, y'all be selling out. I don't know if y'all know this, but y'all be selling out. The fuck out. Yeah. But, so basically they took her side. Because of how small she was, not even concerned about the situation. See, that's why I don't fuck with people now. But neither here nor there. They chose a side. I didn't stay there very long. I stayed there for maybe, let me see. So I moved in August. I was gone by like mid-October. So that's what, 2.5 months? Yeah. So I moved out. I don't want to, oh yes, the fight. So the fight, it kind of went crazy. I think I have a picture of my hand sprained. She tried to press charges on me. And then it kind of got back to my school, but not really, because there was a police station that was right next to my school. So I'm guessing she just went there instead of like making it a big deal with school. But I feel like them bitches knew, but they just couldn't do nothing about it because it wasn't around school, during school time. You know what I'm saying? So basically, she tried to press charges on me. My mom came down. My mom came from her house. She went down to the leasing office. I'm telling you how she came, like she was going to the principal's office. She stood on business. She was just like, okay, so what's going on? Like, my daughter's been in a fight. I'm telling you. She knows exactly what to say, when to say it. Trust the process. Just trust your process. She knows exactly what to say, when to say it, and yeah, she came down. She was my ride or die. And then the leasing consultant that was down there, he was just exaggerating her bruises. and was saying like, wow, like, yo, my mom called me. Speak of the fucking devil. When I was just talking about this lady gonna call me. She told me. So I just kind of finished my face, you know. I just did a, you know, a little one too. But I left off at the leasing consultant exaggerating her bruise, saying that she had a black eye and all this other stuff, all this other hoopla. So he was just like, so they came to the agreement. It was just like, how about we just move her apartment? So you're saying that they're dirty. You're saying that she just got into a fight. How about we just move her? All right, bet. We moved her. Now, I was living on the 15th floor originally. By the time, you know what's so crazy? I was thinking, right? I had this note on my laptop, right? It was just like, throughout this whole process throughout my journey, I'm just realizing like this bitch could have put something on me, because I literally had the worst year after moving out of this apartment. But yes, so I had 3 on the 16th floor because they moved my apartment. So I moved a little bit up. Super depressed. I could not smoke in the apartment, so I had to go out on the balcony. There was a balcony, very beautiful. I think you see the pool, or maybe you see like the school or something. And every time my roommate was having sex in her fucking room, and this really was like right next to mine. Like right next to mine. I didn't live with them long. But I could hear it. I'm traumatized. To say the least. But I was really depressed. Like after that little situation, I was really depressed, because that's why I can't really show y'all the video, because I was like really like embarrassed or so. Like I was more so like, I can't believe like I stooped down to that, because obviously I'm going into maturehood. I was 20, and I'm like, I didn't grow up fighting, so me fighting is kind of like, why? Just fucking why? And I don't want to be that person, because once I get there, bro, it's another story. It's a whole nother story. So I was depressed, wasn't eating, wasn't paying my rent. I was working a job that I hated that went on for like 2 months. And I didn't have anybody to visit me because I live so far. I live by the fair, and all my friends live like fucking Miami Gardens, North Miami, Miami Beach, like, so they wasn't trying to visit me. So that was also another factor, and I'm just like, I'm gonna just leave. So I just got through with 6. Stay tuned for the other 3, because the other 3 will really just seal the cake on the roommate situation in itself, in its entirety. Oh yeah, don't worry about what's in my cup. All right. So the other 3 roommate situation. So growing up, I lived in a couple places, but I definitely stayed in places a long period of time. So my mom, she was moving into her house, and she was nice enough, because, you know, her lease wasn't necessarily up. I guess that's how it went. And she knew that, you know, I wanted to be on my own. My cousins probably wanted to be on their own as well. So she left her apartment that was in her name to me, my cousins. It was a 3-bedroom, a 3-2. And that was the agreement. So some way, somehow, there was another girl that kind of got caught in the mix. Oh, yes, Shop the Belle collection, boom. There was another girl that kind of got caught in the mix. It was the god sister of the cousins. Don't really know her, you know. So she's kind of like low-key living there now, but not always there. You know, she just like had like her little stuff in the little area. But it was my thing. Like, I definitely thought, I was just like, it was really never a plan for her to, but I was kind of indecisive too, because I low-key didn't want to live with them. And I was just like, okay, she can have it, but then again, I still need somewhere to be, like, when I'm still figuring it out, type thing. So that went on for like, I want to say like 2 months. Like, I feel like it didn't go on long. I got my notes though. I do got my notes. So that went on for, you know, a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks. I'm telling you, God really be doing his big one on me, even when I wasn't realizing that he was doing his big one. So it was tension that was growing between me and the cousins, because they had already knew that I did not want this girl here. You know, y'all already doing a lot. So now you're probably wondering, these are the same cousins that I was talking about in Out My Fave video. So listen, if I drop another one, this is the same cousins from that video. And for more context, you can go to that video, because yeah, but I'm, you know, still get into it. So we were living together for a couple months, and it was just one night, you know, I was just sitting on the couch that my mother had purchased and left in the crib. Mind you, my mom, she left a couple furnitures. Like, she left her bed set, she left the dining room set, she left living room furniture. I had my bed in there. The only room that didn't have furniture in it was the 3rd bedroom, because it was just me, her. So, all right. I'm just sitting there, and then the door opens, and it's like 3 niggas that come through the door. Oh, didn't know the niggas from nowhere. I'm talking about, I'm probably in there watching TV, also left the TV and an entertainment system. Oh, girl got new furniture when she moved away. I'm just saying that. Like, furnished apartment. So I text the group chat, because hoes love group chats. I told y'all before, hoes love group chats. I'm just like, what's going on? So she comes out the room that my mom slept in, the room with the bed that my mom left, right? Comes out the room like, oh, you're getting out. Mind you, this hoe's like 90 fucking pounds. My cousin. And it was just like, it was a lot to process at that time, because just like, I heard really like, sling your ass. But a lot had transpired, and like I told you, it was like 3 of them and 1 of me. Jump my ass. One thing about it, I'm not dumb. I'm far from dumb. Police was called. These hoes like bleached the same furniture that my mother had left in that apartment. I didn't stay there very long. I stayed there for about, let me see, Let me see. I probably stayed there, oh, mid-December, about mid-January, a month. That all lasted in about a month. Let me tell you how 2019 was a very tumultuous year for me. Had to be, because what? Look at it. Look at the timeline. So I started school in August of 2018. And by the time January of 2019 came, I was already on my 10th roommate. I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't for me. And I just do feel like when things are not for me, it's going to be made known that it's not for you. So it's going to push me in ways, tug me in ways that I need to be tugged to be like, all right, so you want to do this and you want to do that. Cool. But how about not here in this area? Even when I didn't have faith, I feel like God was still looking out for me, making shit move, making shit shake, and making a way out of no way when I felt like it was no way. You feel me? So it just, it solidified a lot of things for me. And I'm really grateful where I am in this moment because a bitch lived by herself. But I feel like I told y'all about 9, right? I told y'all about 9. But what about the other one? So the singular one. So I was already established. Like all these other roommates that happened previously, that happened in Miami, that happened back home. Feel me? Like that's that. But in 2019, September of 2019, I up and moved to Virginia with my sister. And I wish she was here. We're supposed to be doing story times together, but she will be here very soon. And we're gonna do a video because she knows like how I know how this shit turns out. And the way that it turns out is kind of crazy sometimes. But the singular one was living in VA. I feel like I met her at a party. I feel like she wanted to fuck with me. Yeah, she did. So we created like sort of like a bond. She was younger than me, so I feel like, okay, so I'm 27 right now. She got to be like 24, like 25, something like that, around there. But you know, she was my same exact sign, so I was like, all right, yeah, boom, 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 yeah, okay, boom. So we didn't talk much. She lived on the other side of the world in Virginia, and I lived on the opposite side of the world in Virginia. So we would catch up here and there, but it wasn't nothing that was like solidified. She called me. She was just like, you know, I'm having a hard time, you know, whatever. And told me her situation, and she requested that she come live with me. Me being the person that I am, right? I said yes without thinking and without consulting with my sister, because at that time I lived with my sister, like for 4 years, living with my sister. But I don't consider her a roommate. Like, all right, drop it down below, right? If y'all feel like when y'all living with family, do y'all consider them a roommate? Or if that's your family, just you living with your family? Just like how you was living with your mama. Like, I don't feel like when you was living with your mama, she was a roommate. So why would it be different? Like, that's blood. I don't think that's a roommate. That's just someone that you're family with, blood with, and you're just staying with. You know what I mean? So I didn't even consult her or anything, and it happened so fast. I don't know. I just was saying, okay, yes, because let me tell y'all something about me. a lot of people will say like, bro, you a green bean, like you a green bean ass nigga. I'm okay. Oh. All right. You know what? Sorry that I'm nice and I expect others to do the same. You feel me? I'm a Cancer. So I said, yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah, of course. Lord. Knowing that I probably shouldn't have. So the day came, well, maybe like a week up, like leading up to it, it came. She's calling me more often because, mind you, Shorty wasn't calling me, like FaceTiming me, bitch, I'm at work. I worked from home. And just, you know, trying to like touch bases, seeing like if the plans to the plans. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I sent you my address. Like, yeah. What do you mean? Of course. So she, you know, the day finally comes. So it was a nigga that dropped her off to my house, and she had like garbage bags, suitcases, you know, them little tiers, them little shelf tiers. She had those. So I'm just telling her like, yeah, you put this here, you put this here, you put this here. The bathroom's over here, over here. This over here, my situation. But you can put this here. So that only lasted for a couple of months because my lease was ending. So she didn't stay with me long, but as I was, you know, when you live with a person, you notice certain things about a person. My sister don't smoke. She don't like weed. Like, that's not her thing. She don't like drugs. She don't do none of that. So she was sticking it out for me. But because of where she was, it was a lot of close to her room than it should have been. So it was like an everyday thing, like a constant thing. Like, I'm always smelling weed. Like, I don't like it. Okay, I get it because you don't smoke weed. Me, I didn't notice it because I smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be like, thoughtful of that. So I was already thinking like, all right, I gotta get her out because my sister don't like the situation. But we did tell her like, okay, so can you smoke on the balcony? Like, it's fine. Smoke on the balcony, nobody, you know, it's fine. Let me tell you how things got weirder. I started noticing more things. Let me tell you how I'm an empath and I don't really play that. And I really feel like when energy shifts, I notice it. I peep it. And people be trying to play games, trying to play mind games and shit. Yeah, I'm not going for none of that. And so she started making arrangements to, you know, to move somewhere else after she had already told me that she had nowhere else to go. But, you know, she started making arrangements. But I don't want to get too involved in this story because it gets too personal, it gets too deep, and too fresh. I can't. But in a total of 2018 to 2019, I had a total of 9 roommates, but just recently I had like the singular one. So yeah. So, and it's like, I feel like my sister, she got like the less end of the stick because I was so traumatized by living with people. And I was just like, you better not touch my stuff. Like, pop my shit. Like, she was like, I would never touch your things. Like, it gets deeper than what people presume it to be. And a lot of things happen, and a lot of DoorDash crooks. Let me tell you about them niggas, crooks. So a lot of things that I realized about myself while living with others and then living with family that really had my back, and it's just, but that last 3, that definitely hit home because y'all with my family, y'all did some weird ass shit. Crazy. But revert back to my previous video, the I want my fade video, because yes, that's where I get a little bit deeper. But 10 roommates. Let me tell you how grateful I am for the space that I am in at this moment. And I want to change for the world, but that's just something that I had to deal with to get to where I am now. Right? So thank you so much for being here. Comment below. I would love to hear from y'all. Like, subscribe, and comment below. Bye.
Trust these hoes, don't put family before those. When I'm in a